Welcome to the Faster, Easier, Better show. This podcast is short, fun, and jam-packed with good ideas that you can start using right away.
Welcome to another episode. I'm your co-host, Ellen, along with still no Lee. He is out speaking Lee. Okay, yeah, because we didn't get his funny start, so you got my sad one. Anyhow, so welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Today, I want to talk about something that is in my book, Done, How to Work When No One's Watching, and it is ways to overcome procrastination. We get emails from people all the time going, oh my God, I'm a procrastinator. Help me. And that is exactly what I'm going to do in this episode. I am going to share with you 5 ways that you can beat procrastination. So, are you ready? Now, these are kind of fun, and they are, they're not your normal ones that you probably hear all the time. So, the first thing you can do is eliminate perfectionism. Perfectionism, oh my gosh, that is the biggest way people procrastinate. I have a friend who's putting together an online course, and she has been working on this course seemingly forever. And the thing is, it's never going to go live because she is nitpicking it, trying to make sure that every single T is crossed and I is dotted and that there's nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with it. And here's the thing. Everything has things wrong with it, and it's going to be okay unless it's a glaringly huge error. She would be much better off just releasing this out into the wilds of the world and correcting as she goes along. And it's the same with you. Don't let perfection stop you. You can go over and over and over something in the idea that, it has to be perfect. But a lot of times perfectionism is fear. You're afraid to release whatever it is because someone might see something's wrong with it, or it might not be the exact perfect thing that it should be, or you might say the wrong thing. It's okay. 80% of perfection is, most times, it's just fine. There's very few things that need to be 100% perfect. And I'm thinking here, brain surgery, rocket science, those things. Yeah, you'd like those to be 100% perfect. But for most things we do in the world, 80% is fine. So give up on the perfectionism. It's a wonderful way to procrastinate, but it's a terrible way to get things done. Okay, the second thing is Parkinson's law. Now, I'm sure we've talked about Parkinson's law before, but I'm going to remind you what it is. Parkinson's law states that a task will expand to fill the time available for it. So, if I have all afternoon to write an email to one of my clients, it's going to take all afternoon for me to write that email. Now, I might not spend the whole afternoon doing it, but I know that the deadline's at the end of the day, and I'm not going to really focus on other things because, that email is just swirling around in my head. But if I had 15 minutes to get that email done, I would get it done in 15 minutes. 15 minutes is a lot better than 4 hours. So use Parkinson's law. Look at how much time you're giving yourself to do things. Do you really need that much time? No. Chances are you don't. This is where it's great if you go, okay, I am going to work on this for 15 minutes. I'm going to get it done in 15 minutes rather than 2 hours. Because in 2 hours, you could do a lot of other things. And I'm not saying you have to be hard things or work things. You could have a lot of fun in 2 hours. So think about Parkinson's law. Cut down the amount of time you give yourself to do things, and chances are you'll get them done in that time frame. Now, the third thing you want to do is you want to eliminate moments of choice. And moments of choice show up in a couple different ways. One of the ones that we get a lot of the time is when we finish one thing and we turn to another. We finished doing the emails and now it's time to work on a report. And there's that little gap in time where we can become distracted. We can procrastinate. I have a friend that says she can waste 4 hours and 5 minutes because she picks up her phone when she finishes one task and goes to the next. So that's a moment of choice. Another moment of choice is when we are working on something and something breaks our concentration. A notification on our phone, someone coming into our office. Those are all moments of choice. And what is the choice? The choice is to stay on track or allow ourselves to be taken off track. So if we can identify moments of choice, you get a notification on your phone and you start to pick it up and you say to yourself, this is a moment of choice. I'm not going to give into it. So identifying moments of choice that show up throughout your day and telling them no is really going to help you overcome procrastination. The fourth thing you want to do is leave breadcrumbs for yourself. Now, what this means is when you stop doing something, let's say I'm working on inputting some copy. And when I stop, I either stop in the middle of a sentence or I put a Post-it note on the copy that I'm working from so I know exactly where I stopped so that when I come back, I can jump right in. There's no procrastinating. There's no sitting around going, wonder what I was doing. Maybe I should check my email. No, there's none of that because you've left yourself a breadcrumb of where you're going to go. So that stops procrastination right in its tracks. And then finally, one of my favorite ways to stop procrastination is to randomize your decision making. A lot of times when we've got a lot of choices to choose from, we can waste time thinking about, should I do this one? Should I do that one? What would be better? Well, that's procrastination. So instead, number each of your choices, pick up a dice, and roll it. Whatever number comes up, go to that number of task and do it. When it's complete, cross it off, roll the dice again, do that next task. You just eliminated any of the thinking. You just made it totally objective. There it is. Just do what the number comes up. So 5 simple ways you can beat procrastination. Eliminate perfectionism. Shorten the time you give yourself to do things. Remember Parkinson's law. Eliminate your moments of choice. Okay? Leave breadcrumbs for yourself and then randomize your decision making. Any or all of those are going to help you procrastinate less, which is going to make you happier and make your day better. Be back with us again next week for another episode of the Faster, Easier, Better Show.